Hello students, welcome back to Learn 24. We have came to the last topic of our chapter, the collision theory. It's an interesting theory proposed by two scientists, Max Strauss and William Lewis in the year 1916 and 1918. According to this theory, they assumed the reacting species as the hard spheres. And they also proposed that these hard spheres or the reacting species must collide with one another in order to react. That is, the particle must collide with one another in order to react. And all the collision will not lead to the formation of products. They require a minimum amount of energy. All the reacting species must have minimum amount of kinetic energy called the threshold frequency. And also they should have a proper orientation. Let me explain it. I have some particles moving around and they doesn't have the required amount of kinetic energy to make the collisions. Now I have increased the temperature so that the molecule will now have the kinetic energy so that they can make the collisions happen. If they have more kinetic energy, they will move faster. If they move faster, the chances of collision are more. So the reactive species should have minimum amount of kinetic energy to make the collision possible. And the next factor was the proper orientation. They should have proper orientation. For example, I have NO plus O3, that will give NO2 plus O2. Consider these two are the nitrogen and oxygen. This is the three oxygen molecules, NO and O3. So, if this oxygen is colliding with this oxygen, reaction will not happen. In order to react, the nitrogen should be colliding with the oxygen. That is, the oxygen and oxygen. Now the nitrogen combines with the oxygen, there forms the breaking of bond and the formation of new bonds taking place. So the orientation is an important factor to make that collision possible. So in this theory we have learned, in order to react, the particle must collide with each other, and they also should have sufficient energy to collide, and they should have a proper or the correct orientation. This is all about the collision theory, and the chapter ends over here. So if you have any doubts regarding all these topics, you guys are just free to ask. So thank you for watching us, and take care and